Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Everyday English Channel, the podcast where we help you communicate confidently and professionally in the workplace. I'm your host, Emma.
And I'm Jack, your co-host. Today we're talking about something that can make or break your job search, common English interview mistakes to avoid.
That's right. Sometimes it's not your qualifications that hold you back, but the little mistakes in language, tone, or behavior that create the wrong impression.
Exactly. Many English learners say, I know what to say, but I don't know how to say it naturally. Or they feel nervous and forget simple rules during the interview.
And that's completely normal. Today, we'll go step by step through every stage of the interview, from your first hello to your final thank you email.
We'll explore 5 key areas: your first impression, language landmines, what not to say, how to showcase your skills effectively, asking smart questions, and how to polish your post-interview follow-up.
Stay with us. By the end of this episode, you'll not only know what mistakes to avoid, but also how to replace them with confident, professional communication.
Exactly.
Now, let's get started your first impression, more than just hello.
Okay, let's get started.
Let's start right at the door, your first impression. Research shows it takes only 7 seconds for someone to form an opinion about you. That's before you've even said a full sentence.
7 seconds. That's barely enough time to breathe. But it's true. Your body language, your posture, even your eye contact communicate confidence or nervousness.
Let's imagine 2 candidates walk into a room. Candidate A walks in with hunched shoulders, avoids eye contact, and mumbles, "Hi." Candidate B stands tall, smiles naturally, makes brief eye contact, and says, "Good morning. It's nice to meet you." Who do you think the interviewer remembers?
Definitely candidate B. That small difference sets a completely different tone. So before you walk in, take a deep breath, straighten your back, and smile.
Now, about your greeting, many candidates fall into the too casual trap. They say things like, "Hey, what's up?" or "How's it going?" That's too informal for a professional interview.
You want something that feels warm but respectful. Try these examples. Good morning. Thank you for having me today. Or, hello, it's a pleasure to meet you. I've been looking forward to our conversation.
Those small words already show you're polite, confident, and prepared. Then comes your self-introduction. Many people either say too little or give a long, memorized speech.
Right. A strong, short introduction sounds like this. Hi, I'm Jack. I'm a marketing specialist with 3 years of experience helping brands grow their digital presence. It's simple, confident, and relevant.
Exactly. You're showing who you are, what you do, and a small highlight all in one sentence.
Also, watch your nonverbal cues. Maintain eye contact, but don't stare. Sit upright, not too stiff, not too relaxed. Keep your hands visible. Avoid crossing arms.
And most importantly, be mindful of your tone of voice. A monotone hello sounds bored, while a cheerful but controlled tone says I'm confident and excited.
In short, first impressions are not about being perfect, they're about being present.
Okay, now let's move to talk language landmines, what not to say.
Let's get started.
Now, let's talk about language, the sneaky mistakes that ruin an otherwise great interview.
Yes, these are the language landmines. They seem small, but can explode your chances. The first one, filler words.
Yes. Words like, actually, basically, they pop out when we're nervous. For example, I think I'm good at teamwork, you know?
That sounds uncertain. Instead, pause. Silence is your friend. You can take a second to think. That shows maturity and control.
Exactly. Try this version. I believe I'm strong in teamwork. In my previous role, I collaborated closely with a cross-functional team to deliver a major project. See how calm and professional that sounds?
Absolutely. Another trap is the "I don't know" response. When asked a tough question, saying "I don't know" closes the door immediately.
Instead, you could say, "That's a great question. I don't have that information right now, but here's how I would approach it." Or, "I haven't faced that exact situation, but in similar cases, I did this."
That shows critical thinking and flexibility. Now, let's talk grammar. Even small errors can affect how professional you sound.
Yes, the most common ones: he have many experience. 2, he has a lot of experience. I work here since 2 years. 2, I've worked here for 2 years. My English are improving. 2, my English is improving.
These mistakes might seem small, but in interviews for international companies, they matter a lot.
Also, avoid slang and overly casual phrases like cool, awesome, or super chill. Instead, use neutral but friendly alternatives. Great, excellent, I really enjoyed, or I found it rewarding.
And a bonus tip, avoid negative language. Instead of saying, "I didn't like my last boss," say, "I learned a lot from my previous experience, though I'm now looking for a new challenge."
Beautifully put. That's professionalism in action, staying positive even when describing challenges.
Now that your English and body language are strong, let's talk about how to show your value. This is where most people make the biggest mistakes, giving generic answers.
True. The first question, "Tell me about yourself," sounds simple but is often answered poorly.
Many people give their whole autobiography, where they were born, family, hobbies. That's not what interviewers need.
You need to be short, structured, and strategic. Here's a great format: present, past, future. Who you are professionally now, what experience led you here, why you're excited about this opportunity.
Example, I'm a customer service professional with 5 years of experience helping clients solve complex issues. In my previous role, I led a small team and improved satisfaction scores by 20%. I'm now looking for a new opportunity to apply my communication skills in a global environment.
That's perfect, confident, and relevant. Exactly. Now for another common question: why this company? Weak answers are like, "because it's famous," or "I just need a job."
Instead, show that you've done your research. I admire your company's focus on innovation and your community initiatives. I feel my experience in project management aligns with your mission to deliver sustainable solutions.
That shows effort and connection. Brilliant. And to describe achievements effectively, use the STAR method: situation, task, action, result.
For instance, in my previous role, we were facing a 15% drop in customer engagement situation. I was responsible for improving our communication strategy, task. I introduced a new feedback system and personalized messages, which raised engagement by 25%. Result.
That's a perfect structure: clear, measurable, and confident. Remember, anyone can say, "I'm hardworking," but examples prove it.
Yes.
Now, let's talk about the end of the interview. When the interviewer asks, "Do you have any questions for us?" This is your chance to shine, not to say no.
Right. Saying no suggests a lack of curiosity. Interviewers love candidates who show genuine interest. But asking the wrong questions can hurt you too.
Exactly. Avoid early questions about salary, benefits, or vacation time. Those can come later if you're offered the job.
And don't ask questions you can easily find online, like, "What does your company do?" That just shows you didn't prepare.
Instead, ask questions that show strategic thinking. Here are examples. What are the biggest challenges facing this team right now? How do you measure success in this role? Can you tell me about the company culture and how teams collaborate?
Those questions spark real conversation. They show you care about contributing, not just collecting a paycheck.
Exactly. And sometimes you can connect your question back to your experience. Like, for example, in my last role, I improved teamwork by introducing weekly idea sharing sessions. Does your company have something similar?
Perfect. That reminds them of your skills while keeping the focus on them. That's how you turn the tables professionally.
Once the interview ends, your work isn't over. This is where many people go silent, what I call the ghosting mistake.
Yes, never disappear after an interview. Always send a thank you email within 24 hours. It's polite, professional, and helps them remember you.
Here's a strong example. Dear Miss Smith, thank you for the opportunity to discuss the sales coordinator position today. I really enjoyed learning more about your team's customer engagement strategies. I'm excited about the possibility of contributing my experience in client relations to your goals.
That's short, personal, and specific. What you don't want to send is a generic copy-paste thank you, something like, "Thanks for the interview, hope to hear back." That adds no value.
Right. Show gratitude, highlight one memorable part of your conversation, and reaffirm your enthusiasm.
And if you don't get the job, don't be afraid to ask politely for feedback. I really appreciate the opportunity. If you have any feedback that could help me improve for future opportunities, I'd be very grateful.
That shows maturity and professionalism, and sometimes they'll remember you for future openings.
Exactly. Every interview is a learning opportunity, even if it doesn't lead to an offer.
Wow, we've covered so much today. So, to sum it all up, make a strong first impression. Avoid filler words and negative language. Use structure and real examples when talking about your experience. Ask thoughtful questions and always follow up professionally.
Beautifully summarized. Remember, confidence comes from preparation, not perfection. If you learn from these mistakes, you'll already be ahead of most candidates.
We hope today's episode gives you the tools and confidence to shine in your next interview, in English and beyond.
Thank you all for tuning in to English for Career Success. If you found this episode helpful, don't forget to subscribe, leave a review, and share it with a friend.
Until then, stay confident, keep practicing, and go ace that interview.
Keep learning, stay motivated, and remember, you can do it.
Bye, everyone. See you next episode.
Bye, everyone. See you next episode.